Good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, everybody. I'm Z James. This is Z32 Workshop, and this sitting behind me is my 1993 Nissan 300ZX convertible. This should be part, I don't even know, rear suspension upgrades. We're working on the putting and installing, or at least at the moment removing, the stock rear lower control arm on it. I'm going to put a Nismo unit in. I've already shown you that in a previous video. But this is a continuation of that process because to get to the upper or the lower ball joint in the rear to get it out, we have to remove the axle. And that's what we're going to do today. Or at least that's the goal anyway. Let me take you to the car here, get this video going quick. I've got it sort of lit up already here for everybody. What we're working on is we're going to have to take this guy out. You have to bend this back and break this nut loose. I will not sure what it is for size. I can't remember at the moment. I could watch my previous videos, or I could link it there if I know how to do it properly, to when I removed it out of my other car, my parts car. So we need to get this off, and then there's 5 bolts on the axle to get off. Those will be last, this will be first to get to the top. The goal here today is at least get the rear lower control arm out of the car, and then hopefully start doing the install on the new one. So let's go find that out. So further ado, let's go to time warp of me taking the stuff off, undoing that. So 3, 2, 1, time warp. done time warp. Let's see if I can get this shown to everybody here. I got this out. Oh god, that's terrible lighting. Sorry. That's been pounded in. That takes a little bit to finagle back in there. Hang on. I light that up for you halfway decently. Okay, the axle is kind of cruddy, but you know, 20 plus years old. Not surprising. Let me show you the ball joint that I can now have better access to. All this work to get to that guy better. And so we can see it there. That guy better. Now I can get an actual socket on it to get it out. Now notice I didn't pull this all the way out. I mean, I pulled it out, but now I should be able to get this thing back in halfway decently. So let's go time warp that here before that. So yeah, 3, 2, 1, time warp. Time warp, everybody. Lower control arm out, or lower A arm. Let's take a look at it on the bench, because that is where we're going to look at. And I'm sorry about moving you all around like this, but I want you guys to take a look at this, because there's a very important thing we got to do here on this collar. Let's see it. I had to do it in the front. It's also in the rear. And also, I'm noticing this plastic black piece. My new ones don't have that. I'm assuming it's a dust cover protector of some fashion. And I'm going to try to transfer that onto this. And that is the right side. So let's take this off here real fast for everybody. Sorry for the fan noise, it's just hot in the garage again. I do apologize. So hope you guys can see that there. Well, it's spinning. Let's see if we can capture it. No. Just torquing those out. So what it is it's clipped in on my glove. I wonder if we can pop that out. Is that even? Yeah, it's there. Let's see if we can pull this out without extracting too much damage here on this unit. Yeah, see, she already torqued. She ripped itself apart without even me trying. Let's see if I can punch it out. I got a punch. Give me a second, everybody. Sorry. Here we go. Oh, she's a center release, that's why. We'll be able to do that next time. Pop it off. Ta-da! Looks like to be a plastic cover just to, I guess, help protect everything. That's what it is. So we're gonna reuse that. The other thing I gotta get off here is I gotta get this collar off the seat, which will require the use of this guy, which is a, well, it's technically a pulley puller, but it's a 3 jaws puller here. So let me get you all on time lapse to go get that off. And then before I put everything back on, I'll explain what I use for tools for this, because I know I didn't do it beforehand. So let me get this set up and get going, because that guy is leaking, which is tacky everywhere. See, tack, tack, tack. All right, so I'll get you on time warp here. So hang on, everybody. All right, we're going to show you, oh sorry, off time warp. See the pulley, it popped it off. I had to tighten these down. Just a small little 3 jaws puller. Got from Harbor Freight, not a sponsor, to help pull off this seat. And you have to do that for the other side. And then the plastic little piece here for tray for protection. Yep, that's all that she wrote, folks, on this. So here's the old one out. To be honest with you, wasn't bad. Looks like there might have been a little bit of a tear going on that bushing, and this bushing was fine. So I'll probably hang on to these. If anyone wants to rebuild them, I may rebuild them, may need somebody else to do them, I'm not sure. But that is the old, and here's the new. The new guy is this guy. The nice and shiny with a little bit upgraded suspension components here, a little stiffer rubber in the corners here. This padding is just to protect that. I gotta pull, well, I can do that right now, this seat off. Need to clean this up. This thing is super hot. I mean, I don't know how, if you saw how long I threw the heat on there. It was time warp, so you probably didn't notice it, but that thing is scorching still before I can put that back on. So that's that going back in. Let's see here. Give you an idea what tools I used to get the pair of pliers and a hammer to get the end of the axle out. I used 1 inch and 7/16 half-inch drive. This stuff, or 3/4 inch drive. This stuff is big. I got a set of big ass breaker bars and sockets back in the day. Interestingly enough, at a garage sale for like 20 bucks, worth every penny I paid for them. Worth every penny I paid for them. You wouldn't believe how much. Then the axle bolts that hold it to the diff are 14 millimeter. If you didn't see me getting in and out, in and out, in and out, you have to rotate the differential on the drivetrain to do this. When I broke this off, I put the car and gear and e-brake on to break this off. Those I just rotated in between going out and was getting them. And then I slid this through slightly to get that. And then to break off the top of the nut there was a 22 millimeter. And that will be going back on. So that's probably gonna do it for today, folks. I mean, I've got my allotted time. This is taking a little longer than I wanted, but to be honest with you, I think it's well worth the effort to get the newer components in and newer rubber, get replaced at 20-plus-year-old stuff. So it's just worth it in my opinion. Next video will be me doing the install, pulling it back in. I know this is still removal, but it real helps. I did not take the axle all the way out, but I put it back in, or halfway. Excuse me, everybody. So yeah, I think that's gonna do it. hope everyone's finding this stuff helpful and useful. I know I will for archiving purposes, just so I know what I did and how to take this stuff off. Oh, and if you did see me check, I was checking the threads on the end of the axle. I wanted to make sure there wasn't anything goofy with the left-handed threads there. That's why you saw me counting stuff, just to be on the safe side, before I used that big guy plus that cheater pipe. And then, also the trick for any ball joint is you need to, you may have to jack it up underneath to put a little bit of pressure. Didn't add a whole lot to take it off, but it stopped it from rotating. That's what I was noticing on that. So yeah, that should do it, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up. Let me know. I hope you guys are finding this stuff helpful and useful and informative for your projects endeavors with the Nissan 300ZX or anything in the garage, because all the stuff I'm doing is really applicable to most modern cars. Well, nothing hybrid or anything crazy like that, but any gas engine car is going to be a lot of like this. I mean, they all have the same type of geometry and suspension nowadays. A-arms, coilovers, you know, shocks to do stuff. It's just how are they configured. Some are different, some may not be. So anyway, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.